It keeps getting worse, guys. It keeps getting worse. So we're on episode 5 of the Last of Us Season 2 show, and oh my god, guys. Oh my god. If you thought episode 4 was bad, we're on episode 5, and whew, it is not looking too good whatsoever. But before we get into that, if you guys are already liking the video, then feel free to look back into my previous reviews of the Last of Us series. And if not, like and subscribe to the video anyway. So yeah, let's get into it. So we get our first scene with the lady that was speaking to Isaac in the first scene of episode 4. And as of right now, after the 11-year time skip, she's now a commanding officer of the Wolves, right? And she goes on to speak to this other officer who was in charge of the hospital. So she sends in some wolves to go down into the basement, right? And this whole scene right here, I thought this was going to be like a little teaser to the Rat King. I don't expect to see the Rat King this season because it seems like they're going to split up Abby and Ellie's journey this season, right? But a little teaser to the Rat King was what I thought we would get, right? But no, it's not. It's completely something totally underwhelming. It turns out it was spores. I thought that this lady, she was basically teasing the Rat King, right? But when she said it's in the air, I'm like, what are you talking about? What's in the air? Like, are they gonna give the Rat King some kind of freaky ability, right? But no, turns out it's simply just spores. And I'm a little confused here because you mean to tell me that they send a whole squad of wolves down to a basement and their first instinct isn't, oh, let's put on some masks in case of spores? Like, the masks, they should automatically have masks on. They should automatically have masks, but they don't. And they get caught, they get infected, which makes no sense to me. So after Ellie and Dina are done talking, right, we get a little scene with Ellie in the theater trying to play some music. And I see what they're trying to do. I see what they're trying to get at, but it doesn't work because we didn't even get the scene in the show where Joel teaches Ellie how to play the guitar. So I don't know what Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin is trying to do, but it's working. It's working for us gamer fans, but from a live action standpoint, this scene makes no sense. This scene makes no sense, but it's okay because there's a lot of stuff in this episode. That's one of the least concerns of stuff that makes no sense in this episode. But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. So I stated that I was going to review this show based on how accurate it is to the game, but I can't do that anymore because Neil Druckmann can't follow his own rules pertaining to his game. The reason why I say this is because Dina is in day 2. Physically. Dina is physically present in day 2. Now, before the revelation of Dina's pregnancy in the game, I always wondered what was her overall larger role in the story. But after finding out she was pregnant, I knew they weren't going to do anything with Dina. I knew. Because Ellie would never let Dina knowing she's pregnant in a hazardous situation, right? Wrong! Dina literally tells Ellie, hey Ellie, if you want me to stay, I'll stay. If you want me to come with you, I'll come with you. Why didn't show Ellie say, no, we want you to stay in the theater? She automatically should have stood in the theater, but no, Dina comes with. The reason why I have a problem with Dina coming along is because I would really like to see an episode dedicated to Ellie, to her being able to handle herself with a group of infected, because most Ellie has ever done in the show is maybe like shoot that one wolf guy in the previous episode, and that's really much it. Compared to Game Ellie, Bella Ramsey Ellie can barely do anything. I mean, come on. Game Ellie can mow down 2-3 squads of infected or wolves like nothing. And what has show Ellie done to prove us gamers and show viewers that she can handle herself? Absolutely nothing. She's barely able to tussle with a grown man who's holding back. When is Show Ellie going to be able to handle herself? I haven't seen it. I'm surprised they haven't died yet. Actually, why am I even talking about Ellie being able to handle herself when Ellie and Dina combined can't handle themselves? They almost died this episode. They almost died. Was coming up with some bullshit plan to get through this building. And when the going gets tough, they fold. So we get Jesse saving Ellie and Dina, which is not surprising as to why they need saving. But then he reveals that him and Tommy came in a day after Ellie and Dina, which means they came today. And I don't have a problem with this whatsoever, except for the fact that Tommy came with Jesse. How is that going to work with the story compared to the game? Because in the game, we get that sniper scene with Abby and Tommy. So I wonder how are they going to do that, along with the fact that Tommy's wreaking havoc on Seattle and it causes Ellie to go find Tommy, which is the whole point of Hillcrest. But we skip that and basically go to the actual day 2 with trying to find Nora. Yeah, guys, the pacing of this episode is absolutely insane. It's so convoluted, so incongruous. It's ridiculous if you compare it to the game. So we finally make our way to the hospital after that Seraphite scene, which in my opinion was a bit rushed, right? I would have preferred if, as we got into the forest, we encountered some stalkers in the dark forest, and then we counter some Seraphites. But we don't get that. But anyway, we make our way to the hospital, and I'm already confused. Guys. So Ellie, she gets to the hospital. She encounters this dude and this guard dog. She escapes. Okay. And then we teleport into the room with Nora. What? Since when did Show Ellie become a stealth master? When did she become a stealth master? Because as far as I understand, only Game Ellie is a stealth master. I haven't seen that from Show Ellie, so I'm a little confused here. Ellie goes from escaping this guard dog to teleporting to Nora. So you mean to tell me that hole she escaped from was a magic portal to the far end north wing? I just don't get it. So she teleports into the room, right? And Ellie confronts Nora, and we get that chase sequence. Okay. And then we have the iconic scene with Ellie and Nora in the basement. And I keep telling you guys, Bella Ramsey is not Ellie. Bella Ramsey was the worst casting decision for Ellie. I keep telling you guys. This performance whatsoever is not convincing to me. It is not convincing to me. It is lackluster. She is not Game Ellie. Game Ellie and Show Ellie are two completely different characters. Like I said before, the pacing for this season and the last season is horrific. Trash! It's trash! The pacing is trash! The reason why I say this is because Show Ellie has not shown me any veracity, any hunger at all compared to Game Ellie. Game Ellie, you can tell that Ellie is willing to kill every single last one of them in order to find Abby. But I don't get that at all from the show. They try to do it at the last second, it doesn't work. So this scene, it just feels off. You don't get any hints whatsoever throughout this season that Ellie's willing to do whatever it takes. No, you don't get that whatsoever. So when we get to the scene, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So like I said before, Bella Ramsey's performance as Ellie is not an accurate portrayal to game Ellie. As far as I know, Dina and Jesse's actor do a far more accurate portrayal of their roles than Bella Ramsey herself. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give this episode a 2 out of 10 in my honest opinion. So yeah, I have lost all hope for this show. I'm very curious to see how they're gonna fuck up Abby's side of the story and Santa Barbara, how they're gonna pick that up with Bella Ramsey's performance. But anyway, if you guys like the video, please feel free to like and subscribe, and yeah, be in tune for the next one.